Hello guys, my name's Lillian. I'm a chef who loves to cook and feed people. My mom was a great cook and always encouraged me to develop this skill, so I fell in love with cooking at a very young age. It was inevitable that I would end up in culinary school. I don't want to look proud or something, but I am pretty good at it. I used to work in a popular restaurant in Manhattan. That is where I met my husband Gabriel. He was there dining with his workmates and really loved the food. He asked to see the chef, and the rest is history. No, I didn't work for big names or anything, but I can say that I make good food. That is something my mother-in-law, Oprah, had a hard time believing. Oprah herself is a baker, even though she never went to culinary school. She lives in a small town and works as a baker for a small restaurant. Well, she doesn't work there anymore, and this story will tell you why. Oprah was always very proud of her culinary skills. The first time she met me, she said, "So, my son has told me that you work as a cook. Are you like a salad maker or something?" No, Oprah. I am the head chef at a pretty popular restaurant. I'm not just a salad maker, although sometimes I help my staff assemble them. Oh, you don't have to act all high and fancy in front of me. I'm sure Gabriel has told you that I am a baker. I'm pretty well known in my town and everyone loves my food. I can cook some really good meals too. That is so exciting, Oprah. Yes. Gabriel did tell me that you are a great cook. I'm excited to go on a culinary journey with you. We can brainstorm and make some great dishes together. Wait. Hold on, Lillian. Now, you're just a youngster. I am a veteran chef and have more complex skills than you. I don't think we'll be a good match. My dishes and techniques will go over your head. Well, I am a good learner. I went to culinary school, so I know some complex stuff about cooking. Even if I don't know, you can teach me so I can learn them. Oh, please, I won't waste my time on absolutely anyone just because she calls herself a head chef. I'm very busy with work and don't have time to take private classes. Maybe once you are as old as me, you might be just as good, or maybe not. Oprah said that and started to laugh. She had this horrible air of pride in her that made me uncomfortable. Her stance on me didn't change at all. She was sure that I was a bad chef and nothing compared to her. At first, I wanted to stay humble and give her respect. However, she started to humiliate me and act like I'm inferior or something. After working for years in this high-pressure industry, these insults hit very close to my heart. I was determined to prove her wrong. After Gabriel and I got married, Oprah simply escalated her behavior. She made fun of me and my cooking every time she talked about me. She even went as far as to humiliate me in front of my guests. Even Gabriel was getting tired of her entitled and proud behavior. He often stood up for me and told me that I was a great cook. But Oprah never agreed. It all came to a head when we visited Oprah in her town. We stayed at her place for a week because I wanted to see where Gabriel grew up. I had no idea what was waiting for me there. About 4 days after we came to Oprah's house, she gave me a big challenge. She said, "My son defends you a lot and says that your cooking is great. I'm slightly offended knowing he thinks so highly of your cooking. His own mother is a great cook, so it hurts." "It's not like that, Mom. I love your cooking as well. I just find it unfair when you demean her and criticize her too much. I mean, you didn't even taste her food once." "How about we solve that problem, Gabriel? Let's have a nice family dinner tomorrow. Lillian can do all the cooking. I want to taste her food and see if she is really that good." "I would be happy to make a family dinner, Oprah. I was waiting for you to try some of my dishes. I will try my best to impress you." Trust me, guys, I had no interest in impressing Oprah. I knew that her pride wouldn't let her appreciate my food. Still, I wanted to prove myself once, so I agreed to cook a nice dinner for us the next day. I had no idea that Oprah had suggested this plan just to humiliate me. How do I know? Well, the next day when I left my food in the oven, I got a text from her. I was in my room waiting for the food to cook. I was curious as to what Oprah was sending me from the next room. I opened the text and saw that she had sent me a video of her adding too much salt to my food. She then texted me and said, "Now, let's see if Gabriel still thinks you are better than me. After today, he will never praise your cooking again." Wow, Oprah, you destroyed the meal I cooked with so much work. Then you sent me the evidence to mock me? Have you no shame? I literally prepared it for hours. I don't care, Miss Wannabe Head Chef. You are nothing but a little girl who thinks she's better than me. Today, we will see who wins. You are acting in a very unethical way, Oprah. This is not how someone wins or loses. Plus, this was never a competition. You sabotaged my food. Whatever, Lillian. You don't have enough time to make a new meal now. Gabriel will be home within an hour. It will be so fun to see you get humiliated in front of him. I was furious to see how cruel Oprah was being. She dared to make fun of me after destroying all my good work. I wanted to cry, but I held back my tears. I wasn't going to let her get away with this so easily. Immediately, I called Gabriel and told him what we needed to talk. I said, "Gabriel, I need to talk to you about something important." "Yeah, sure. What is the matter, Lillian?" "Gabriel, I don't know how to say this. Your mom has tried to destroy my cooking." "What? Are you sure about this, Lillian? It's highly unlikely Mom would do something like that." "She sent me a video of her adding too much salt to my dish. I left the food to cook and went to our room for my phone. When I was scrolling through the messages, she sent the video. If you don't believe me, take a look at that." I sent Gabriel the video that Oprah had given me. At first, he refused to believe that his mom could do something like this. Then I showed him the video. He was horrified to see what Oprah did. He reads a lot of these crazy mother-in-law stories and knows that behaviors like these always escalate. He never thought Oprah would turn out to be one of them. Once he saw the proof, he was furious. We talked about what Oprah did, and Gabriel was adamant that his mom needs to be taught a lesson. After thinking for a while, he said, "You know what, Lillian? I'm going to call someone for this special dinner. I'm sure she will appreciate my mom's altered recipe. Let's give her a chance to impress someone very important." "What do you have in mind, Gabriel? I can tell you're making an excellent plan. You seem pretty excited about this." "I will tell you who I called, Lillian. I'm sure it will get you excited as well. It's going to be glorious. After today, I don't think I would want my mom in our lives, but that won't be enough for her. She really needs to get a taste of her own medicine. Altering someone's food is actually an offense. Today, she has added salt. Tomorrow, who knows what she will do? We need to nip this in the bud so that she knows how bad she messed up." "I like the way you're thinking, Gabriel. To be honest, I was really hoping we could stop contact with Oprah after this. You have no idea how happy I am knowing that you feel the same way." Gabriel shared his plan with me, and I must say he has a wicked mind. But Oprah deserves this completely. It will be extra fun to see her reaction when she realizes how bad she messed up. I okayed the plan and told Gabriel to call his special guest. We didn't tell Oprah right away. It would be a grand surprise. After 2 hours, my meal was finally ready. I should say our meal because I did get help from Oprah, whose assistance is indispensable. I had to work hard to control my laughter so that Oprah wouldn't realize that I knew something. The dinner actually looked pretty good because, well, I am a good cook. But Oprah and I both knew it would taste horrible with all the salt she added. Oprah and I were both excited for dinner for 2 different reasons. We went to the dining space to get everything ready. Gabriel was already home and setting up the table for us. Oprah looked a little confused when she saw an extra seat at the table. She said, "You have messed up the seating, Gabriel. There are just 3 of us. Why have you added an extra chair?" "I forgot to tell you, Mom, I actually invited someone over today. Lillian has worked hard for this meal, so I thought we could use some professional judgment on it." "Oh, I see, Gabriel. So, Who have you called? Do I know this person? Yes, Mom, you know her very well. It's my friend Tessa. Since she is your boss and knows a lot about food, I thought she would be the perfect critic. Oprah immediately looked alarmed at what Gabriel said. Her face changed so quickly that I almost lost it right there. Even Gabriel was struggling not to laugh. But he feigned confusion and asked if Oprah was okay. My wonderful husband literally had the best idea. Tessa was a very good friend of ours. She was originally Gabriel's friend, but we also bonded fast over our love for food. Coincidentally, Oprah was actually working as a baker at Tessa's restaurant, so she was Oprah's boss. Tessa knew what was up and gladly agreed to take part. Before Oprah could say anything, Tessa walked in. She looked excited and glinted in her eyes. She said, "Hey guys, thank you so much for inviting me. I was getting bored at home since my husband was on a business trip. I'm so glad you invited me. I'm excited to taste what Lillian has made for me." "Thanks for coming, Tessa. We're glad to have you here. I just sprung this invitation on you and Mom. Mom, I hope you don't feel uncomfortable. Tessa is family anyway." "Oh, well, it's not a problem at all. I'm happy my boss can have a taste of what my chef daughter-in-law has cooked. Tessa, thank you for coming." Oprah mumbled this and couldn't look Tessa in the eye. She smiled innocently at her and sat down for dinner. She also commented on how great the food looked. I sweetly got up from my seat and started to serve everyone. I gave Oprah a generous amount of serving because, well, she was the one who wanted to taste my dish so bad. As soon as everyone took one bite of the food, they had to spit it out. I tasted it, and seriously, it was pretty disgusting. Oprah actually started to cough from how bad it was. She stormed at me from her seat and said, "Oh my God, Lillian, this is horrible. Why did you put so much salt in it? You are a terrible cook. I see that I was right. Going to a culinary school doesn't mean you can be a good cook. I'm so embarrassed that Tessa had to taste this." I agree, this is just horrible. But it's highly unlikely someone added this much salt by mistake. There is no way they didn't know what they were doing. Exactly, Tessa. This can't be an accident. See? Oprah, a professional, always knows when someone messed up the salt measurements and when a dish was intentionally made salty. Oprah again looked like a deer in headlights. She was afraid to think that we had caught her. She tried to keep her face neutral and blamed me for everything. She is truly excellent at continuing her charade. She said, "Oh God, Lillian, did you intentionally add too much salt to the food? You knew Tessa was coming to taste your food. I can understand that you have no respect for me, but you should have thought about our guests." You are wrong, Oprah. I didn't intentionally put too much salt in the dish. You did. Don't look so surprised and offended. We know you spoiled my dish by adding too much salt. How dare you accuse me of such a thing? I'm just a poor old lady who wants to see how good you can cook. You are just jealous of my skills and making false allegations. I bet you don't even know how to cook properly. Who knows if you even went to culinary school? I am not lying about anything, Oprah. You and I both know that very well. You mixed salt in my food to make it taste bad. Gabriel, look at what your wife is saying. I'm sure she did it herself so that she could make me look bad. Why aren't you saying anything? I'm not saying anything because I saw the proof, Mom. I know you did it. Lillian has it recorded on her mobile. Hey, Tessa, do you want to see it? Tessa seemed enthusiastic about seeing the video. When Oprah realized that her nasty plan was caught, she started to panic. She looked scared and was gulping hard. Tessa saw the video and looked at Oprah with a serious face. She said, "What is the meaning of this, Oprah? You intentionally spoiled Lillian's cooking because you were jealous?" Tessa, it's not like that. I was just joking with her. It was just a friendly competition. I don't care why you did it, Oprah. You know very well how this kind of behavior is frowned upon in this industry. Spoiling someone's cooking is a very bad thing to do. I don't know if I can trust you in my restaurant anymore. Oh, no, Tessa. I would never do that at the restaurant. I was only a little jealous of Lillian because she has a fancy degree and all. I swear I would never jeopardize your restaurant's reputation. The fact that you could do this to your own daughter-in-law is horrible, Oprah. I can't even begin to imagine what you would do when you get jealous of your fellow co-workers. I don't think I can take that risk. I'm afraid that I have to fire you. No, no, Tessa, please don't do that. I'm so sorry. This will never happen again. Oprah began to beg for forgiveness from Tessa. She started to cry when she heard about losing her job. My dear mother-in-law got so frantic that she was ready to beg on her knees. She lives in a small town, so finding a new job like this is very rare. The town literally had one restaurant and one cafe. The cafe already has one excellent baker from culinary school. And it was the owner herself, so no luck there. Tessa gave Oprah the job because she was Gabriel's mom. Otherwise, there were plenty of good candidates in the town. Almost all the housewives here love to bake and want to work at the restaurant, so it would be easy to replace her. Oprah knew that and started to cry. She said, "Gabriel, please make Tessa understand. I can't lose my job. It was a small mistake. It won't happen again. Gabriel, please help me." "Why the hell would I help you, Mom? Tessa is right. It would be risky for her to keep you as her staff. An employee with no ethics is dangerous for any place of business. I support her completely. And you haven't even apologized to Lillian about what you did." Okay, I will apologize to her right now. "Lillian, I'm sorry. It was a mistake. Please forgive me." "Absolutely not, Oprah. This wasn't a mistake. You planned the entire thing and acted maliciously towards me. I bet you wouldn't have apologized if your job wasn't on the line. I can't forgive stuff like this." "Mom, you really took it too hard for today. I don't feel comfortable being around you with my wife anymore. We will be leaving today. I had already packed our bags while you two were finishing up. We don't want any contact with you anymore, at least not for now. We gave you too many chances." "Good decision, Gabriel. You two can stay with me while you find flights. It won't be a problem. I'll be happy to host you, unlike Oprah here." Oprah went mad when we said this. She started to yell and cry about how I ruined her life and all. In one swoop, she lost both her job and her family. She was hysterical and poured a lot of venom on me. That gave us the incentive to hurry up and leave. There was no coming back from what she said. I won't mention her words because it is really that bad. Me, Gabriel, and Tessa left while Oprah was sobbing on the floor, still screaming at me. After leaving the house, the three of us went straight to Tessa's restaurant to eat. We had a nice dinner there and actually talked about her new restaurant. Tessa was planning to open a new place where we lived, and she wanted me to work there. Gabriel was also interested in investing in her new venture, and we made a good business deal. Tessa was truly a great businesswoman, and we had full faith in her. Overall, our day went pretty well. The next day, Gabriel and I managed to get a flight back from the nearest city. Tessa drove us there and bid us goodbye. Of course, we would see her soon to finalize our plans for her new restaurant. Meanwhile, Oprah kept blowing up all our phones. Tessa texted her back because she still needed to fire her in the legal way. We simply told her not to contact us and blocked her. We read the texts later and saw that she was truly becoming unhinged. As the days passed, Oprah was in big trouble. Tessa fired her as promised and got a better replacement. She was out of work and desperately needed money. Tessa told us that Oprah had to take work as a cleaner in a grocery store because literally no job was available. That made us chuckle a little. I did feel bad for her for a while, but then I remembered the words she used against me. It was enough to send me back to having her. Tessa's new restaurant is up and running within a year. Gabriel's contribution helped to kickstart it. I'm currently working there and having a great time. Tessa comes down here sometimes to check on things. We have bonded even more and have lots of fun together. We are still in no contact with Oprah and hope to keep it that way until she shows real progress.